up, students? So, Mr. Nation, and to my players, welcome to the NayFul podcast Players edition. We have Utandi Saliwa, Unapologetic Behaviour. Usisilo usprindele ezizkipa nezizinto yonke lento all the merchandise on the NayFul podcast belonga kusisi lo ulapha. She's a ghost, so anizombona nina kuye lo uqhwabele micini if uyaqasa apha kuendlebeni uyazi nguye but
and she's unapologetic about it.
So, the previous episode, today we're going to be talking about what men want and what women want in a relationship. And if also we can reach a compromise out of this conversation that we're going to have. I am happy that Ubushu Kona apane because she is completely different from me and her. Now, I don't want sitini. What do you want in a relationship when Ubushu?
What do I want? I want companionship. I want someone right now where I'm at in this stage of my life. I like that you said we're different because I feel like we're not looking for the same things. I'm very young, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. Indeed, I want someone to build with. I'm not building anything with anyone. The focus is on me, building myself, growing myself. Right now, I just want companionship. Someone I can just be myself with and share life's moments with. I'm not gonna talk about sex, but like ezos and jezi, right, is nice, right? Okay. It's companionship, nothing more, nothing less. And obviously, companionships are qualities that you look for.
What are those qualities?
Someone who would be a great companion for you. I'm looking for someone who's honest. Right, I'm looking for someone who's honest.
Yes.
Someone who is themselves. Someone who doesn't lie about who they are.
Honest is still saying
someone who's not rude.
Okay. Rude. What does rude look like?
What looks like this when someone says whatever to you. However, ukubone uyakuhexa.
Sure.
Yeah, umntu uthethe into umbone the way that they respond to you. It's ingathi akakuthandi man. Ingathi ngumuntu ongakthandiyo.
Careless
yonke la nto ingathi yabo.
So it's honesty. Akekho rude.
Not rude. Authentic, like themselves.
Yeah, okay, yes.
I want someone who I think those things encompass all of ezinye izinto, and obviously someone who was able to communicate, like ozanixelela ba ndifuna lento naye athi ndifuna into ethile andifuna into ethile yabo. Someone who's actively involved in the relationship, ndingajoli ndedwa umntu naye ojola nam ongezo kubona anenza njole ndedwa.
That's what you want.
Those are the base.
What is that person gonna get from when?
What they would like from me that is in me. But they're gonna get me.
No, what do you think you have to offer in a relationship?
Oh, I even wrote it down the other day. Some of the things that I wrote down. This is what I offer. Guys, I will understand. The passionate can look about the things that I offer.
Okay. Ungacingisisi nawe ne kwenza kwasifika ku just say just think ngoku ichance yakho yocinga le naba what do you want? Yes,
I'm bro.
Yes, you know what you want?
I know what I want.
I'm
okay.
Okay, so I'm these things.
But
I'm these things. First of all, I'm a really soft place to take off the world. Basically, with me, you will fight, you will go through things, you will be traumatized, you will be hurt, but when you come here, it's just soft vibes. You can be yourself, you can be hurt as you are, you can be traumatized, it's fine. This is where you can come Palaza. I'm not saying I'm a therapist, but I am going to be the soft place to take off the world. I'm your support structure, the assurance that you'll be supported through life's ups and downs. That's me. I am this funde kwakhona. Yeah, a bullshit checker, bro. Like, if I you, I'm gonna tell Yela this is not what's up. I'm not gonna talk about finances, but got you, bro. Funny wings.
A badger.
Wazala, I've got you that. Yeah, emotional intelligence, so that you don't miss a bit. You're able to navigate life with someone who's there as counsel, humor and relatability to just lighten your days. Trust me, I'm there. Trevor Noah, Kevin Hart. That's just who I am. So if you're looking for someone who's gonna make you laugh, wazala, OB's got you, man. A touches a move energy, bro. Like if you come for me, if they come for you, trust me, we are coming for them. Like I'm there, ready to fight. I'm also intimacy and taking a sex, yabo, but just someone you can connect with and truly be vulnerable with. I'm that in a relationship. I myself, I think the conversation around what it is that you want or what it is that you offer is very pushy agenda, because in relationships, obviously you come as you are. You offer yourself in a relationship, and that these are just some of the things that I feel like are important, but I offer myself, and the essence of what it is that I bring to the table is just me as I am. Now it depends on the type of role that I'm going to play or what the relationship is going to bring out of me, but essentially I bring myself to the table as the next person should. And if myself does not match the standard of what the next person is looking for, then obviously, Kubo, I don't bring anything to the table. But akonditeni, because imali, if you say, I'm saying I'm bringing money to the table, mali, I'll join mali, dog. Honestly, like I'll join mali. So imali makes things happen. But if I say I bring your woman on top, that's not enough to like make a relationship fire. So I bring me as I am. Yeah.
What has been your issue with the people that you bring all these things to?
My issue, the way you've shaped that question, it's very straightforward, and I'm not really a straightforward person. I'm not handing nuances, but there are many things that can exist at once, but I'm going to answer the question anyways. The problem sometimes was just that me in myself, I'm not always what they think they are looking for, right? There are parts of myself that don't resonate with who they are. There are parts of myself that don't fit the kind of life that they want to live. And there are parts of them that I feel like I don't need this in my life. Like there are parts of them that irk me so much that I can't tolerate. For example, just in the previous relationship, it was one of the things was a communication thing, that the way you communicate and the way you were all of a sudden communicating and moving is something I could not stand for. Like I could not stay for that, because it doesn't match lendo ndifunayo. And I think there were also parts of the way I communicate that don't match what they want. Ndizawuthi mna mhlawumbi ndiya-overwhelm. Because mna ndifuna ube. If senza ngohlobo masenze ngohlobo. Xa siyeka ukwenza ngohlobo ngicela siyazi ba kutheni siyeka ukwenza ngohlobo, and that must be communicated. Not ba hi bra, you were supposed to figure it out. I'm busy. No, tell me you're busy. I'm not just gonna ba ubhizi because one, I don't live with you. And I think another thing was just distance. I think distance tends to play a huge role in that. So it's that distance and just me no longer matching what it is that they were looking for in Umjolo. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go to her, but I want to. You see how when you were talking, it was.
I'm not disturbing.
Yeah. So I want you to exhaust whatever it is that you want to say.
I'm done.
What do you think has been your issue then What no now ibiyindo ebenga nansiki, but what do you think when you've done wrong mhlambi to the
I think
With the other person.
yes.
Yeah, I think I've mentioned that. I think again, Namu, Clanabeni City, it was them. No, it was me no longer fitting what they were looking for at that time when we decided to break up. So and I think for me, it was really just being, I think, overwhelming, bro. Like looking back at it, I think because when we had the conversation, what I picked up from that, it was just like, no, brah, you're expecting too much. Where communication is concerned, or we're an overwhelmer. They didn't say that in so many words, but that's what I picked up. And yeah, I think dingum overwhelm me, bro.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you think you too much when it comes to like in your age group of dating and stuff? Do you think in these relationships that you've been Kuzo, do you think that your level of maturity okay, let me put it this way. You feel like you are overwhelmed? What you have to offer in these relationships, usuka kuzo, do you think that bona like level of maturity, because also xa umuntu uzavela overwhelm, it means that you are not in the same boat, because I was overwhelmed umuntu nikwe boat one, because I feel like the vibes are the same when we're vibing together. Or bona bayithatha as in like, maybe when we tell as a relationship, I don't still besa vibe now. Like bana, when someone is not communicating very well with you, I feel like if namhlanje ndikuxelelanga about what was my day like and all that, I feel like we're vibing. I'll tell you the other day, whatever it is, when I feel like I want to vibe today. And when you consider that as a relationship and where we are supposed to be a certain way, so do you feel like your maturity, level of maturity yakho naba bantu budata nabo, maybe one of the issues that the unspoken things that made you uncomfortable?
Okay. And something that she said that came up as to some of the things that she felt like were like one of the reasons she also felt like, okay, you know what, this relationship could end, like outside of just me being overwhelming. I think it was it goes down to Lenduitetayo. I feel like I'm a bit too serious about my relationships for someone my age. Okay. I think Pago relationships, but it's supposed to be I will choose vibes, baby. But I'm very like in structure. Okay. But without
build.
No, but for me it's like, yeah, it's a structure, man, bruh. But it's a structure that is together.
Can it?
Dark or something.
Oh, also.
Yeah, boy.
Does it affect the podcast?
No. Let's continue.
It's the fact that yes, I'm a view. Does it affect the podcast? Yeah, but I don't think that's building, right?
What's building to you?
Building to me is.
Do you feel like building is, it's me coming with, let's build this, let's do this, I want us to move in together, I want that.
I feel like building is working towards like the intention is long term. Like building is for long term. That's what I feel like. Building is for long term.
So when you're just dating for just fun?
For short term then, because kanga go not fun, a term. Okay. Which means if she thinks building is a long term, she does not want something that is long term.
Okay.
Okay, when I always associate building for marriage. Like for me,
we
with ingati,
We're building.
we're going there.
All
That's
out.
the end goal. It's marriage. And at this point in my life, I'm not thinking marriage. I'm thinking let's make the best of what this, like the time we have now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also I think at the back of it is just the fear that in this generation of ours, relationships don't seem like you don't know last. Yeah, but that's why I don't think of building, because I feel like even if I would want to do that,
But you're
it's
too
not
serious for
possible.
your relationships, though.
Yeah. I want them to be treated seriously, because I also treat my friendships as that. Yeah, but
So don't you want to keep that?
I do want to keep that, and that's why in the bar, if
That's also building, because whatever you're doing daily, you're building.
okay, valid.
So if today you're going to be making 200 rands, that's building. So you're going to tell your partner that today I made 200 rands and I want us to see what we do with it. Maybe you
So
can have
that's
50
building.
rands. That's also building.
Okay, then I do build.
But it's different from the one we were talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, I do get
Okay,
it.
I do build. I think that's how I treat my relationships. I treat them as like in serious. That
Come
is
join the
integral.
80s.
Hey man, no man. I do think
You're
there
too
are
serious
young
for your
people-
age.
I do think there are young people out there who are serious, but the level of seriousness don't always match. Like as funny ideas of serious, serious for like loan die for now. Because I do want to believe they're actually like they were serious, but as course serious is fanayo man. As course serious for indwenye uzawuba serious nomnye umuntu babe grand babuild but not with me.
I get it.
Yeah, ihambi kuba compatible.
Okay.
It's going. What do
The
you
ghost
want?
lady.
What do you want?
What do I want?
Yeah, in a
relationship.
Yes.
I want marriage.
As a woman, yes.
As a woman,
Yes.
I want to settle down.
Okay.
I want someone I can laugh with. I want someone I can watch TV and talk about stuff. I want a friend. I want someone I can build with in terms of everything.
What is everything?
Everything is us waking up, health. I want to build everything in terms of a routine. Yeah, every day where we wake up, we eat good, we structure the day, we build, we add, we share views, vision, long-term, short-terms, everything. Best friend vibes. Sihlebe soyithu. Yonke lando. You know what I mean, man. You're not far from my age. Because that is a vibes zabantu abangosisi ba. This is what I want. Not that you are trying to make it serious, but also in terms of doing lando ba, yeah, I want as a vibes. So when actually it's settling down
You
with
want
a
to
best
settle down.
friend.
Okay, so you see how Obuhle said something, ne? Mm-hmm. But something okay, she elaborated and then included specifics. Yeah, I know for settling down is we see understand settling down, ne? But what in a partner? What kind of partner are you looking for?
I'm looking for someone who is stable financially.
Sure.
And I'm looking for someone who knows what they want, driven, business orientated, family orientated, and yeah.
Can I ask, when you say business orientated, are you saying you're looking for someone who, because for example, you could meet a man who's got a 9-to-5 job,
Yes.
a corporate job, grand, any salary, but akana ndo eqaleni, but salary yakhe kunqa. Okanye ufuna abe yi-hustler.
No, not basically. Like when bangam close ke bangam design. Don't mean that okay. The reason why doing a car and be specific, it's because we tend to design people, because I could meet someone Zonke ezi zinto ndizibekayo, this is what I want,
Yeah.
and this and this and that and that and that. Then I meet someone, and then that person doesn't fit all of those things that I want or I'm used to. Then all of a sudden, that person will fail. Like, obviously, they will fail, but let's not, from my side, I don't want to design, this is, okay, from a person, I want this and that and that. As long as is someone who's driven, who knows what they want, honest, family orientated, that one I cannot, I've got a child, so I can't be dating someone who's not into that circle of
Wanting a family.
yes, I can't.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is then that person gonna get from you?
Oh. Love.
Yeah, but yakhumbula khange uthi ba a loving man. Eqaphela nawe ngokuchaza lo muntu khange ndithethe tu ngolove.
But love is a prerequisite. What are we doing if you're not loving? Like,
There are people who are not loving.
then what are we even doing?
Okay, okubuye masiyeke. Yeah, because gogo we are derailing to something else. But all of I said thetha umuntu makathethe ne ngokoko kwakhe. Sensitsho bana ngokuba ufuna umuntu ubumfuna. Khange uthethe ngelove ne.
It's a prerequisite.
Okay, thetha.
Prerequisite, as in that should not even be something endiyithethayo, because xa ndisithi ndifuna companion is someone who loves me. We are in a loving romantic relationship.
You had your time and then you finished your time.
No,
Let's
don't
let
do
let's
that.
let's
Don't
let
do
Uthandi.
that. Don't
Okay,
do that.
sure. But the OP.
We're not forgetting. Don't make
Okay,
it.
sure.
It's a
Okay,
point
okay,
that
sure.
we're
Social
raising.
thetha.
Yes, prerequisite. I'm sure
Sure.
nayo yalifuna uthando. Ubungezoba nomuntu ngamthandi.
Yeah, that you. Love, iyafuneka, because there are people who do not show love. They will give you everything that you want, and you would design this person or whatever. It could be that you are a praying person, whatever it is, wherever you would wish, whatever you would consult when you are talking about what you want. Whereby you I was all about being well taken care of. I would always say, I want my needs to be well taken care of. You will get that. You would get everything that you want. You will get everything. Boom, there's no love.
But isn't that their way of expressing their love for you?
Nope.
Okay.
You have to be filled inside luthando, not about the things that you are bought. Weza uthenga sigcwala itafile ezithini? Ugcwale kuthengwa yonke into oyifunayo nansi bekwe apha.
Okay,
Still,
Thandi,
you're not okay.
Please continue with what you were saying. That's what I didn't want. Leyenzeka ngoku. Continue with what you were saying. Kakuhle ngalahle ubuthetha ngalo.
You're gonna get
What is he gonna get?
A pressurizer. It's part of Lendo Itetayo, and
Yes,
I needed like
Yes.
explanation.
What
What
is he gonna get?
What is he going to get out of
Yes.
I said love,
Yes.
respect,
Sure.
uthande as a whole. Like, I'm gonna give myself to that person.
Okay.
And you will get a person that will share. What are you going to get out of me?
That's what I said. That
You will get me. You will get everything
Yes.
that I'm all about. You will get everything that is uthandi. Everything that I'm all about, you will get it.
I think it is. I don't have to say things. It's clear why things are not working. Like,
Because can I ask you a question?
yeah.
Kukho le nto ngoku that we are. Remember the last podcast we talked about? We talked about le nto yobana kuyamoshakala.
We didn't talk about submission. He didn't talk about he's gonna get submission out of me. The thing is, you're gonna say to me, bana, submission. You didn't specifics out of you guys too.
all of Amadoda want submission. Do you think all of like men want submission?
What is submission?
We can get to that. You're big on submission. You can.
I'm not big on submission.
But
That means I'm big on submission.
Boy highlighter that kangutu of man submission. Why must it be a highlight to her when she's given you what she would bring to the table? Why do you want submission?
Irrespect yamba ne submission mos.
Oh.
Irrespect automatically. Andikwazi usubmit kwinto endingayirespect yiyo.
Sure. Yabona, okay. Previously, we had an issue with submission. This time where we are communicating as to what we want, before we get to the issues of, you do not mention it. You assume because submission respect automatically you submit, but you don't.
Can you respect something and not submit to it?
You can, Aibo. You can. Respect is something else. You can respect.
When we talk about relationships.
Also, what does submission look like to you when you think of a woman?
Kaloku, I'm trying to gather that from you guys. Bana, maybe it's the omnitatis China, omnitatis Tubata when it comes to submission. So, talk to a submitter. What do you think it means when?
To submit?
Yes.
To a man?
Like when you talk about submission.
Tobela, like, is to be, when I submit under you or your leadership, because we submit under a leadership, whether it's you gonna be like, to me, submission.
I want a leader. On the person that you want.
Obviously, when I submit to something, it's something that's gonna be leading to this relationship. I'm submitting because now this person is going to structure our family, that family-orientated man that I want, that you say that is about difficult in
submissive, ready to conform to the authority or the will of others. Respect, irrespective of I'm respect or I'm respecting, you conform to the authority or the will of others.
Obviously, it's work. Obviously, I'm not whether I respect or I respect so I'm submitting under it, whether I like it or not.
Okay. You see,
now this one, it's a free will thing. I love you and you love me. I'm submit under you. This is the leadership
based on a leadership.
Yes, on a relationship. Because
let's base it on one thing.
Yes.
Based on a leadership or a relationship.
A relationship,
which means automatically
you submit under. I'll submit to under. I'll submit.
Yes. On the relationship.
Yes.
Which means it's not about the character and order. It's about the relationship.
Obviously, characters are back on. Obviously, you cannot just submit to anything.
Again, for me, this conversation, for you, it's where now you want it to be a black and white thing, where like it's just you either submit or nothing, and it's not a straight like blanket approach thing where I'll submit if I'll submit then it is complex, and we need to allow it to be complex. For example, I think just the conversation around submission is very, I can't believe I'm going to speak like this, but it's very like black and white in the sense that it's very heterosexual. I'm looking at gay people's relationships where there is submission, because I think submission is when you give all of you to your person and to the relationship in order to make it work. Whatever that.
That's not submission.
What is submission?
We just read, can't get it alone.
What is submission? It's giving into authority.
Yes.
But I feel like
authority, not to the person, authority. The authority act.
Authority
act.
When you in, that's me giving into the authority of my person. Like
yes.
The authority
yes.
When I say I'm giving all of me and all of me to make this relationship work, and I'm giving it not just to the relationship but to my person. So if my person says mntwam dead, once mntwam dead, guys, ati mntwam dead, I don't like the way you interact on social media. I don't like the way you do this and this and that. My quick is not hi wafika, it's to say, okay Baba, why do you not like it? Right? And I'm like, oh, okay, that's submitting. That's just a small dun of submitting. It's my person saying, Yazi, andikuthandi xa like unxibe, okay, well, I don't wear stuff and I like my girls to wear like Isha Joe, like look sexy. But it's when like they've got a rule in the relationship that I may not even agree with sometimes. Most times, but
what does submission look like to you?
I feel like it's, to me, in a relationship with someone, let's say, for example, it believes it was fun. You're more into amasiko and all that. And now I'm a born again Christian and stuff. Now we join parties together. Now we're in a relationship. Now apa kwakho uthi apa kwamke. Ngexesha elithile kwenza into ethile. Then I have to submit under that. That ke now ndingumfazi wakwabani. Now I have to ndibe ngumakoti ndibhinqa ndihambe yokwenza yonke laa nto. That's submitting to me. That now kwenzeka lonke le nto yenzekayo apha mna ndiyi-born again Christian and all whatever it is. Now I have to submit now because abantu balapha kuthiwa kwenza into ethile. That is me submitting under your authority in a relationship. Then kuphinde ke ngokwapha
mna nawe.
kuphinde ke ngokwapha kuthiwa hayi akukhonzwa kuyakhonzwa apha ntonto ndishiya yonke into zamasiko kaThinthi ndithi nxiba ichopsi ndihambe ndibheke ecaweni ndibheke esintsweni ndingumfazi walapha. That's submitting to me in a relationship.
Sure.
I like that.
Now, do you think
I really like that.
Do you think ezi zinto sizithethayo zinto ezifundwayo or you just qithonazo?
Before you answer that question, this is not an interview. This is a conversation. We want to hear your thoughts as well.
Yeah, of
on
the
what
relationship
submission
as
looks like. I
well.
was just posing a question.
Because it's like you're gaining from us, and then you're not giving us back in terms
Speak.
of
We also
how
wanna hear
how.
your
Yeah,
thoughts.
I'm gonna do it. Let me finish this kaloku. Hayibo.
Ubu interview wasibuzile what does submission
OP,
look like
I
to
did.
you?
Yabona le nto benzi yakhumbula ngithi OP ba. Okay, yeah, cofa usocofile. Yakhumbula Oh, so. Ayenzek. Yakhumbula ndisithi OP, you had your time. Wathetha everything, you exhausted. Kuba benisithi ndifuna naxa kuthetha omnye umuntu kubenje. Uyamqala ngokuthi umbuze umbuzo. Ndimbuze umbuzo nje. Uthe before aphendule. Ndicela gqibe ke then we come to me. Ngela hlobo ukwenziwe ngalo kwabanye abantu.
But kokububuza. That's not fair.
Okay, OP.
Working at
Ka indim kuzabuza wena
Okurhumba thina.
Kuzabuza wena
Sibeke emlilweni.
Hayi kodwa guys.
Trap siyayibona. I can't ask a man.
Yabona izinto zingathethwanga kwinto endizifunayo kodwa ndiphila nazo ngoku.
Okay, fine.
Ask Joel.
What was the question?
Up.
What was the question?
Nendo ezifana.
Ask Joel. Yeah.
Okay, my question was justice. What was my question? That's what bengayifuni yenzeke ke. Damn. Oh yes, wena, yeah. Do you think as zinto that you've just mentioned about the person that you want, okanye the thing, do you think ziyafundwa na or umuntu uthi ugqise nazo?
Obviously, you do learn them. Ezinye, you are like, I believe we are navigating. Kuyo yonke into eyenzekayo. You can't just say into bana boom ndiyafunda okanye boom ndiyazazi izinto ndizifundiswe ekhaya, whatever it is. Ukhulu mhlawumbi bani ngabantu becawa uyakwazi vele ujike uvele uthi ya le nto lecawe le andiyiqondi kakuhle but ke ndandisubmita under i-leadership yabazali ba fine ke apha ekhaya kutheni as ziyafundwa.
Sure. In the process yofunda awuthi gqise uyazi mos. You learn, you fail, you fail until you succeed.
Yeah.
Yabo? The problem now with the relationship is that grace of learning and failing.
Yeah.
Immediately when I learn ihlobo wena olilo nehlobo ufuna uthandwa ngalo and then fail, you go to someone else. I'm not going to stay. I'm not
Kulamqolo bendithetha ngawo.
Kaloku I sebenza only to you. It sebenza on good soy tool on the lay. Yabo? Now it's if for example uthi ziyafunda, which means namhlanje akekho lo muntu umfunayo. You will only know okanye uyazi i-existence yakhe xa unaye, and then you guys mold one another into what you guys want. Do you agree with the statement?
I do.
Sure.
I also do.
Yeah. Now, what is wrong? If we can talk like this and reach a conclusion where you understand that men don't know anything, don't know everything. They nina animaniki amadoda igrace yofunda. Suppose indoda say
No, we
yes,
do sometimes. We do. It differs from.
One of the reasons I was saying you need to answer those questions, because I feel like all of the questions that you've been asking, they were like, ingati, I don't want to say they were a trap, but they were leading to a certain agenda to bring about the point that you want to raise, that if we can reach a point of conclusion, then why can't we? So yonke lento siyithethayo, sure, it's based on our experiences and what we want, but it's also to like, you're driving us to your narrative, to this point that you want to bring across. Yebo? Which is not bad, but we want to ask you, what are you looking for in a relationship?
But
what
we have
do
to
you
ask
bring
at
in a
your time.
relationship? No, but uyakudala umbuza. Uyabona xa iphenda kwenye umbuza umbuzo.
But when it comes to ixesha, when uthethe 20 minutes, ngoku 35 15 yena. So how are you saying kudala ndimbuza if 20 minutes go 15 kuye kuzawuzwa kum ngoku? Let me finish this thought and then we can come to me. Ungandibuza yonke into.
But why are we agreeing, the both of us, when you haven't brought anything to agree on the table? Because we don't know what you think. Why is it we agree? If we are having this conversation and we can agree, we can't agree with you because we don't even know what you think.
But I'm not thinking anything opposed to what you are thinking.
But we want to hear what it is that you're thinking. What are you looking for in a relationship? Let's park this. Ubambile
Ubambe ndo, ithini question, ithini question bendibuza.
If we can agree, right?
Yes.
Like if we can have this chat and we can agree, why can't then
Agree on what?
on
Like if we
on yeah
On what?
on submission.
if you want. No, it was not submission.
On what?
You are not listening. That's the thing.
On what? I'm not good. I'd forget, Nabra.
So linda ke kwenzela uba ungene.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, if we agree as elhlobo ethetha ngalo bana awathi gqesaza amadoda.
Oh yes, sorry.
Yeah. You see?
Khumbulelo.
You see?
Yeah.
Awathi gqesazi amadoda, which means then they also kufuneka efundile nawo njengoba nawe uyazi bana no, I don't know andiyazi ncam yonke into ne naye akayazi ncam yonke into, then we navigate together. The problem is in that navigation.
Okay.
Uthi bana never. Not again.
Okay.
But you do understand, you understand, but I will think so this way. You learn them. And because you have specified all these things that you've specified, I have to then take them step by step. Oh, okay, so we understand. I understand that in terms of loyalty. I understand. I can't so call this loyalty. A problem is honest. Then we work on honesty. And then we work on something else. And then Nina aniniki tula grace period yamadoda bamawafunde. Ufuneka tigqesazi, ufuneka gqene into yonke, ufuna ethile, ufuna umuntu othe what. That's my thing. Before nize kumne, that's my thing. If you understand that men do not know these things, do not know what kind of follower they are getting in order for them to lead, do not know all these things, abasifundanga ndawo, bafana sizalwa sonke, brother wakho nawe nikhulele ke household day one, you drew whatever you drew from it naye wazoba lento izobile. There was never a moment in time where kuthiwa ke ndoda kubanje indoda it.
I like that.
And do not think that because bakhotheni ufike bakhotheni kuthiwe umfazi kuthi yabo.
Okay.
Now if you know those things, why then are you not unganiki grace nje?
I like that.
When you meet people, why ungamnikila grace yobana he's going to learn.
I like that.
Why if kunje you discard you go.
I like that. I like it as well. But but unfortunately,
So
I'm taking a picture and lighting.
Grace he's learning and masimniki chance. Yeah, I feel like
Better but a take on this. I love what you said, by the way, bruh. That's a fire moment.
Yeah.
This is going to be one of those
statements.
yeah.
I'll give it to you. It's very beautiful, and I think in
Yeah.
any relationship, you teach someone how
Yes.
to love you. You teach someone how to,
Yeah.
to follow your lead and how to submit. I
Deny you part,
have a question.
Yes.
I have a question. Is
I'm
that
also
are you
learning.
making it a sole responsibility for women
No.
to allow?
No,
Because I feel like
no,
it
no.
should be vice versa. If
Ewe.
you're gonna teach me how to lead you, teach me how to submit to you.
Good. Yabona ke.
Because
Then that means kaloku what I'm saying is the issue now is that if akakwazi ukwenza into ethile esikakhulu amadoda ayakwazi udibana umuntu athe accountant adibane nomuntu ophele ku-6 esikolweni andiqoki uyayazi ne
no.
sure
I'm-
uyakwazi and uyakwazi uqhubekeka naye ufumaniseke uba bayayihlala 30 years which means then do you not think that umnike ichance yofunda into ezithile but soze ufane uyibone intombazana ihlala that long with a man and 6 abe yena i-chartered accountant.
disagree. Fully disagree. I always feel like, and I'm a kid, but I feel like where that kind of chat is concerned, women are gracious kwelocala.
In terms of ukunika chance,
Women are very, very gracious.
then we are not talking
there's
about
a-
the same kind of people then.
Also, there's this conversation with men that zohlala nawe until I get to where I want to go. Xa ndikilapho ndiyakutype yakho, but like, oh, Mom, I'm so sorry for this, but I have my mom's friends, not just one, not just two, not just three, not just four. Wink, wink. You know what I'm talking about. I'm so sorry to use your friends as an example of this, but I've got like my mom's friends who, and this is not to say wrong and abayenzayo. You know, that's love. When you love someone, you stick with that person.
You
know?
give them grace.
You give them grace. And I know of my mom's friends who have sticked with men through and through. And once balungelwe, or goku, and I'll use an example of my mom's friends. Of my mom's friend, she works for this department. She's got a lot of money, like mali kuthiwa mali yakudala nakowabo otatakhe were in the street. Come on, she's got a lot of money, and she met this guy who unemployed, nothing, yabo, like a condo where Providence and everything was concerned. But that woman stayed with that man for years, with even my mom not understanding, but why would you do that? Like, why would you stay with this man while njengoba usegracious kuye, usamthanda, usamrespecta, uyafika. Oh, she's a sweet lady also. Uyafika, uyamphekela. Tata kabani.
You never do that now.
No, I would. But still.
Don't let me confuse about why would she stay that with this man? I understand.
No, listen. Uyamphekela, umbiza takabani, like umenzela yonke into.
Yes.
But that man, for example, would still do that time. He's been caught so many times. Just a mere example. Uyaphangela kaphangeni mosubra uhlele endlini, but uzawufika kukho intombazana. Not even just that, like gibsela impama. Yabo, all of those things. But here's a woman who and la mama akangabo naba mama but you ndiyakondla. Ayenzi nalonto sekuthethwa naye.
I don't know that. Don't know that.
No, I'm saying sekuthethwa notshomi bakhe zitshomi ngamama uyaye ekhaya bayancokola. Sekuthethwa ngutata ka uyamthanda through and through. And even as a kid, I watch and I'm like, what is this woman submitting to? Because this man, for me, no.
Would never do that, what she's doing, eh?
Not under those circumstances. Not for a man who doesn't show like gratitude, who doesn't show.
Who's actually going to deal with men.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
Okay.
I wouldn't under the situation I tetayo.
Okay.
And also, my question is, it goes to bana. Are we learning okanye into vele izinto siyazifunda kuyathini? But how can indoda siphi isidima sayo yona izawuphangalelwa ngumfazi?
Like, is it rhetorical or?
No, it just popped into my mind. But ithini into?
in terms of the man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Would you, wena,
What?
get to a point where you're so comfortable a woman is doing everything in the house?
What am I doing?
That is emasculating in a bit.
What am I doing? Mna?
No, I'm just asking.
No, I'm asking kaloku nam bana. Ingathi kaloku make a scenario. Don't just say bana. Would you allow it? What
Okay,
mna
basically-
expression zabe ndinalo mna zabe nsenza ntoni?
Ifana nale
Awenzi into.
ndithetha, Yima, ba abantu abangobhuti will stick with abafazi abano standard 6. That's the same scenario that she's using, but now standard 6 indoda, chartered accountant, he woman.
At least we've got something to offer as women.
Yeah,
What's that?
When we are a stay-at-home mom, you become a mom, you do everything in the house. You for example, uteba
Yes.
as a woman, there's a lot that you are doing already.
Yes.
Being umfazi, ngumsebenzi lo. Being a mom, ngumsebenzi lo. Awuhlali
Especially being a
mini
mom. Can we
uyavuka
talk about
ulungiselela
being a
le
mom?
ndoda iyophangela. Wenza shomkekile, ubuyatye. Uyahlanjelwa,
Yeah.
uhlamba abantwana bakhe.
Yeah.
You do everything.
Akho
But as a man, what do you do
endlini.
ndikushiya endlini?
Okay, so you also there are things where, in terms of ukukhuliswa kwethu, if ndikhule kukho intombi endlini, izawuzenza better izinto ezikhule zisenziwa ngabantu abangomama than ezenziwa ngabandoda. If mna nentombi sinikwa umhlakulo
Valid.
kuthiwe intombi mayochenda phandle mna manivasa izitya, I'm going to be horrible ezityeni. If andikhulanga ndivasa izitya, she's going to be horrible ekuchendeni. If you understand that?
Yeah, I do.
So you cannot then expect a man to automatically sonke wonke amajita amaninzi noba nguye yedwa kwabo akakhulanga efeminizwa okay wangathi
Yeah,
kufeminizwa but zinto
Yes.
ezenziwa
House
kakhulu
chores.
apha eSouth
Akakhule
Africa noba
domesticated.
ningandiyilwa ne zizinto ezenziwayo ezo.
Yes.
Indoda mayiyothenda mayenze zonke ezinye izinto
Zaseyadini.
Uba- yeah apha endlini
Ngaphakathi.
yeah.
Amadoda
So now
awayenzi loo nto.
when all those things that you name ne zizinto zasendlini ezo.
Yeah.
So now we cannot then paint men with the same brush with izinto zasendlini.
I'm not painting, but my question is,
Yeah, no, sensitsho kaloku bana you uthi uyasebenza
You're raising
uzibekile
a
zonke ezi qualities
point.
ne njengoba uzibeka nje uzibeka kakuhle uzenza kakuhle ntoni then you cannot then say utshintshe circumstances uthi indoda ingakwazi uzala indoda ingakwazi no andithi utsho
Okay.
ne but all I'm saying is look at men ngemehlo loba indoda
Indoda.
bekusuppose yenza ntoni.
or we can't survive. I'm leaving. For example, we can't like, let's be practical. We can't survive on buying indoda ezawutshenta phandle ithini ngexesha ndiphangele. We're talking about
but
in
we
terms
can
of
survive with the things that you are
we can survive because you're gonna come back home utye, and xa umkile abantwana bakho they're well taken care of.
Also, can I just raise
Kaloku,
something?
we are saying
That is
merely
very-
on ukuthenda nokuthini nokuprotecta ne you cannot survive on those ne
We can't.
yeah then how else can we survive if I stop all the other things and you stay at home? I am not here now to provide.
Kaloku, we're talking about one partner being able to do stuff and
No,
the other
kaloku,
one not.
Now Ngoku, you are looking at what a man can do and then you are saying it is
I was being practical. I was not saying
Yes.
about the value.
Can I
kaloku
also- and can I
be your
describe-
practicality iza kwivalue yoba umntu that cleans and apha endlini it will never be equal to
That was the. Can we go back to the original thing? Why back in the day that indoda ibihambi iyofuna umsebenzi, because a woman on nje umuntu ongumama yedwa ungumsebenzi ogqibeleleyo usendlini.
ibihamba ne so ibingaphumi ibingathi yothi ndindoda namhlanje mandiyofuna umsebenzi imfumane.
But you didn't understand my question was based. I was asking bendibuza wena ubana wena as a man, would you stay at home and leave the woman ahamba yophangela enza izinto zalapha ekhaya?
Kaloku ndathi ke mna ke what am I doing?
Kaloku what you are
So
doing
the
is
reason why we are talking about this is because we are trying to evaluate what am I doing mna to sustain Elkhaya.
Also, I feel like
you
we're missing something
you
where
haven't
this
answered me
stemmed
the way
from.
I was
think
expecting
where
you to
the
answer
stemmed
me.
What were you
from
expecting?
was, that men, you said men are gracious with women in the sense
Yes.
that a man is going to be a chartered accountant
Yes.
while a woman only has standard 6, which
Yes.
to me would allude that the woman is not working, right?
Yes.
And I'm saying that is not, I said it was not a fair representation or a true reflection of like women, because I know more women who work than men
Okay.
who don't,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
And men who do nothing and who are in relationships with mama ufike lo mama lo sisi unemoto yakho nendlu yakho uzipholele la njita
Azikho madoda zona.
into.
Azikho madoda.
I believe so,
You
Nam.
can't say that.
As I get.
I
Kaloku, the reason why you say that when you are not interested in men.
baby, I'll tell you one thing. Ne?
I do.
Le nto bendibuza- That's why
it
also.
will never equate to men.
That's why unebebuza
Then
bamna ndihleli ndenzani.
why should that be the case, gay, with women, that you could have all of these things?
Even
you know,
with
that
men,
indicate-
you can have everything, but they don't equate to women.
Then le question yakho
Full,
ibisithini
ikat.
ke ngoku? The question yakho yobana
Okay,
amadoda
Espaching.
ubusithi women can never be gracious with men who don't have nothing. Uchilo brawam ute a man is going to be gracious
Yes.
with a woman who only has a standard 6.
Yes.
That's like a woman are way far gracious with amadoda who have nothing as well. Like, Jonga, don't you know of a woman
on the other side. Yeah, this is saying
like, you don't know of a woman who does that. Employed women who
There are women like that, but now I always call it. It's my belief now. Andinokwazi.
awunokwazi ndifuna ubuza mna iyenzeka le uyayazi into eyenzekayo.
Hayi iyenzeka yona loo nto leyo. I have witnessed it bana kufumaniseke bana
Sisi uyaphangela.
uyaphangela, but they always turn out great sometimes. Most of abantu endibaziyo kuba
You
kube
see,
situations ezinjalo.
Right? Meaning those women do submit to men. Women do submit to men. Nobody, a man does not have anything to financially provide. Because that's what submission feels like. Whenever I hear the conversations around submission, the terms and conditions are always related to materialistic thing. Like, women will submit to a man because the
so
man
8 minutes,
has
no?
money.
Okay.
Vice versa. Ngati, for me, it feels like that's the conversation. The submission conversation is related to materialistic things and what
Today.
I think it's all about provision.
Yeah.
How much can you provide?
Yeah.
That even if you give me like unpa allowance, noba ungachita kayi 10, soze nikhathalele because you
But
got something
when
to
we
offer.
yabona khangathethe ngaloo nto ngoku bethethe nge-submission uthethe nge-leadership ne-authority, but now akhangayithethi into ye-allowance. But what's happening today is that umntu uyacinga uba if ndingamyeka le ndoda endinike 50K ngenyanga just because cheat, it's not about leadership, it's not about authority, it's not about whatever. It's if ndingayeka le ndoda endinika i-50K ngenyanga for kungabi nanantsika. Yabo, do you get me?
It's like the same.
Security.
Soze athumbe.
Yeah. So now women submit to security now, not to authority.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
I think once automatically once there's submission, it means that there's a sense of authority, brawam. Yabo. Once kube, must I unpack on that?
Lindy,
Oh, okay.
I'm waiting.
I think automatically when there is
Come on, episode is about submission.
automatically once there's security, there is authority, right? Because again, I think the idea of leadership is directly interlinked with Security, because you would say a leader is all of those things. A leader is secure. A leader ukubone has got direction. Direction is that security, because when there is direction, there is security. A leader provides. When there's provision, there is security. Uyabo?
Yeah.
And yes, man, but I feel like generally all these conversations around submissions, all these conversations around submission are just a social media. They are very. They're just a social media dialogue, because in real life, guys, women submit. Like where
we submit
in real life, there's submission.
Malusa kasoloko ezigadile igusha ihamba yokwenza into yakhe phinde hambe ezithatha late.
Oh, athi xa kusivile ilizwi lakhe igusha zithi zova ilizwi kamaluswalo wazo zikhawuleze siphinde zizibuye.
Ukwaluswa oko ufuna ukubukwaluswa wena okuba nathi mbuzi lapha kule ndawo 24/7
osifuna ukubona usishiya.
Kanti sithetha ngomalusi ngoku, so don't translate it into something else. Sithetha ngomalusi uthe sifuna umalusi. Now ndiyaxelela umalusi uyahamba zisedlelweni intantsika abuye late ayozithatha akasoloko hi.
But nathi sitsho kaloku bakusoloko hi.
Oh, anisho. Oh.
Go honeymoon tontoni abo banazi babazibiza njani ezazinto zabo. As a honeymoon, how was your day? How's it? Every 5 minutes on the phone, every 2 minutes. You can go a day, more especially if you trust someone. You can go a day, then we'll unpack you for the day.
What does trust look like?
Trust. Being comfortable without me going a day without knowing what you were doing.
Yeah, that's definition.
Also,
please expand.
I think before we run out of time, Kolendo ka trust ndifuna sithethe about like something else that 56. I believe is very like important in the conversation that we're having, and for me that is the. Because I think also when we talk of submission right now, we're talking of submission in a historical sense based on how things were done back in the day. And I feel like that the way submission looked like at the time worked for Ela Klesha. But let's be reminded that we've become so modernized. Culture has evolved. Yes. The way of doing things has evolved.
Yes.
So there are many factors that contribute to why submission doesn't look the way it looked like back in the day, right?
Yeah,
there is social media now that plays a huge role.
Utibana why submission, which means it's the thing now
evolved,
is that
right? No, I think the thing is that for most men, submission looks like what it looked like back in the day. Okay.
What should it look like?
It should reflect currently where we are. Right? Back in the day, it was easy for men, for example, women to submit to men and stay at home because most women didn't have like jobs. It was men who worked. It was women. But back in the day, abantwana bebechayela bebefunza uchenda. Now I'll tell you right now, all of my brothers bakhule bengachendi. They don't know how to change tires, they don't know how to paint, they don't know how to chenda. All they grew up doing was playing ball estratweni. Ku relationship asidlali ball and umzekelo, but girls like domestication and culture still looks pretty much the same for women because of lenoni tetayo, the way society has really shaped like culture for women. Yabo, Ilendo Mnandi City submission is for me it's a two-way thing. It's not just a man thing. Yabo, and that's why I feel like men are complaining about submission now because it no longer suits them, it no longer serves them because of where we are as a society today. Women work now. Uyabo, and the submission yakudala yayifana noba amadoda don't work. I mean, women don't work. Women are gay now. Outwardly, if you were gay back in the day, you were gay, but like, yabo. But now we're gay, so
then
things have changed.
Men should submit to women.
I'm saying the way submission looked like in the past was very oppressive.
No, I'm not
It was-
andiphikisi le nto yakho.
What I'm
just
saying
asking
is,
you.
submission constantly needs to be interrogated. Like, let me tell you, what are we submitting to? What does it look like? And it must work in a way that will suit a specific couple. As a blanket approach, it must work for a couple. It must work for those people.
Otherwise, ngiyayithanda submission.
A submission is a two-way thing.
Hayi ke.
Ayithanda. We can't submit
Hayi
into
ke.
two people.
Okay, sure. Kuwe ne. On your on your flag, it's a two-way thing.
It's a two-way thing.
Yes.
Men must submit as well, because I feel like the idea that women must submit, it always feels like a way, man, to get
Yes, okay.
women to
do what? Tet.
yeah. Oh, it's, I don't want to use the word oppress because that word is very heavy, but it's a way for men to just do whatever they pretty much want. Because it takes out submission, dictionary definition, authority. Guys, what do you umdala kangaka nimdala kangaka ne ay man bra. No.
So you're cancelling your submission, man. See, closing.
I'm not cancelling it. I'm saying it must be interrogated. What is submission? What does it look like for it to be submission and for it to work? Are we in our relationship? Does submission look like, okay, the woman must submit to a man, or are we both submitting? And what does that way of submitting look like? That's my take on submission. Yabo? That it must not be a one size fits all thing based on how things were done back in the day, that women must submit, they must submit like this, they must cook, they must do this, they might do
Aya submission ukupheka ukutya zakutya nawe.
Nilento ndisithi kaloku
Kaloku masingazi into
yilento bendibuzile yintoni submission bra. I asked you this question.
Ndayifunda
What is
nje.
You read a dictionary definition that is plain, that is applies to everything. They submit.
Can I come in that?
Okay.
It applies submission. What does submission look like to you? Only submission uti women must submit. What is that? Not what Tandi, I heard what you said, but in only submission uyipushela kangaka ba.
That's why ke uyimosha. Wangabu submission ungathi ndipushela nje. Andipusheli.
Uyipushela nje.
Ngithini ukuthi uyipushela?
Uyipushela kumanje usithi uyabona ke akufuna usubmit ngoku. Abafuna usubmit ngoku. Oh,
bayafuna.
So intoni?
Kaloku if uthi ndipushela.
Submission.
Abayazi.
I think ayazi submission. Intoni submission?
A submission ne, it's when if there's umzekelo wakudala uzamcancelisha because ongekho kudala. Kaloku uthi ayikho la nto yakudala, which is uyayazi le yakudala and uthi ayikho ngoku.
Andithi ayikho. I'm saying culture and the way of doing things has evolved.
Yes.
Right? Kule yakudala, what it looked like then.
What did it look like?
Because now you're asking me a very straightforward question. English.
Okay, listen,
Submission. I'm not going to disturb you.
Okufuna le way ndikucacisela. I was taking a relationship ke, in my sense ne.
You are losing it now.
What do you mean?
Because the basis
We
of
have to take submission under relationship. It doesn't matter, there's still relationship.
Masicela sithethe ngomthatho.
Uyabona ke ukuthi besithetha ngomjolo the whole time.
How okay can I add?
Okay.
Ne? How would you wena usidefine basithi ngokutshatile wena ke ngoku wena ubawele ba kwakho isubmission yenzeke kanjani?
Lento ndibuzayo.
Okay. Then don't dictate circumstances for me.
No,
Okay?
I'm going to listen to what you have to say.
Yeah.
I want to hear it so much.
Okay, thula ngoku.
Thula msindo. Okay, thetha nani.
We are running out of time, guys. Say bethile ne hour. I think we should close this one.
Thetha submission.
Okay. Submission, it's when we are different creatures as people, men and women. Noba singazama uzenza sibe equal, sifane sithini, but we'll never be the same. Yabo? We
True,
are different
that's
creatures.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Let me talk. Kulo ndinjalo. The things you excel at as a woman, that I will never, regardless of how many times I can do it, no one has technology and science, when you do them better than me. Yabo?
That's true.
Those are your things. There are things that a man, naturally, structurally, is idaliwe. Yabo? If we see Luanendo's needs, see Luanendalo say, cancel your into, but the stating alone, no, stating a submission. So, there are things that a man in a family structure should do. Yabo? Like, isn't this for the provision, security,
love.
Yeah. Indoda, epipile indoda, kuthiwa mayithande. Indoda. Which means abantu bane capacity yothanda ngamadoda.
That's why kukubi ngoku.
Kaloku uthandi, let me
Chance
talk nje. Yabona mina okubendivale imilomo ngoba kuthetha nini. So all these things that I'm explaining about amadoda are the things that women should submit to. Because men do not compete with women, ngezinto that women can do better than them. Submission then, itikum, when it comes to security, you won't compete with me, Mos. If ungenisela pa awuzothi jonga abantu mhlabe qala uzawuthuma mna. If kwenzeka into uthuma mna, then ke ngoku xa automatically saziwa njengento apha endlini eyenzwa ndim suniphikisa.
Okay.
Because it means you think I know this better than you do.
Okay.
Do not question. Do not tell me what to do. Kodwa yinto ememba yenzwa ndim le. Do not say mntu bule nhloko mntu ndiyeke ndiyihandlishe ngeli hlobo undithembe ukuyihandlisha ngalo. That's submission to me. All the things that you think that I should do as a man, do not then tell me what to do or how to do them. If sobabini siyayazi babemba yenzwa ndim le. Submit to how I do things. Because undivume undazi ba ndingumuntu owenza izinto ngeli hlobo. Sukuthi now xa usowundivumile siqhubekeka nobomi ufuna uyitshintsha yonke lento le because wena automatically something is wenza khona yenzekayo kodwa uye wakhalisini.
No. Continue speaking.
Something happened kodwa I don't want to continue kandi please check man phaya. Okay, so umhlambi besend menzile umzekelo thingy in terms of security, in terms of structure, family.
All right.
When I say that,
you go to church on Sunday, we do this and we do that.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my thing.
All right.
You uzakwam.
Okay.
You understand? Uthathwa kowenu usiza kwam. Noma kusekhaya ne, but oyena mntu uze ngaye apha ndim. You understand? So now if ndithi apha kunje, that means makubenje, yabo? Because you
But
trust
what if it's
me.
questionable ke ngezinto zenzekayo?
Kaloku this is the thing. Hamba. Better. Hamba. Because when you submit, it's me, it's the authority.
Yeah.
That's why thetha ngabo ndathetha ngabo ba refuse uhamba bona. Bacinga fana bazawutshintsha izinto. If you tell women to change, they don't change. They don't change women. Yabo? So now when they stay too long, they think things will change. They never do. Hamba uye apho uzawuthi makubenje khona.
Yes.
Yabo? Mna nqa kunoshiwa wami yabo? Mna efuthi masuhlukane ngomso ndithi enkosi kakhulu umuntu asekhaya it was bekumnandi bathi sibe together. I love you so much to say bana hamba uyofuna lento uyifunayo yacaca uba ayindimi hamba kahle andikusokolisi andithi saphinto zami andithintini because in my life in where I am in life I have thought about all these things and think this is the best way to maneuver this life. Now, the reason why kuthiwa focus on yourself king ngoku it's because bayafika umuntu afika athi sokuthi ithi why you see ithi when
So you are saying that let's just but I do kind of get him. Ubanyani, it does have a problem lento yobana sifuna sifike sichinche how a person if ubufike umuntu ethanda uhamba abuye ngo12 then now you want to now you are a married man. Oh, you're supposed to be home at
uvumile
ndithethayo ba izinto azifani like nyanyanya.
that is submission.
That is my man. you know how uthi umzekelo uze kwam. Back in the day, this is how it was done. Before azamuchate, ubusiya so mazi lo mntu, so like ubuyamcela kowabo basically. Do you get what I mean? Like you know the type of girl that you want. Umbonila phe lalini, umbonila phe area ba lo mntana wenza izinto ngohlobo. Like usiyazi, this is what I will offer to like lo mntana, and this is what this kid like will offer to me. Leni tetwa okay, nasilinda utanika nene.
Yeah, uzawukwendawo butcher kwacizana ungena phaya.
Tethu viwe Mike.
Enkosi kakhulu. Shop.
Kumntu osafota lo?
Yes.
Okay, so I must wrap it up.
Yes.
Okay, I lost my train of thought for a second there.
Askisa.
But
we were getting to the juice.
Yes.
You said so much.
Yeah, he was saying so much in terms of
fruitful conversation, because you've said so much that is true.
Okay,
true.
Okay, I understand I understand that. I'm not saying this is good. I'm not saying it's good. Be wrong for when. Wrong for when. Do not submit to me. I must submit to bandu if you want to submit.
You see, mtu uzawufika afune ukuchinja like izindo ati hayi so say hayi taka papa, don't do this. Umuntu lowo who's not supposed to submit to you, that person is not your person.
Yeah.
Umuntu uzawusubmita lento beyithetha uthandi nithetha into enye basically. Umuntu uzawusubmita apho afilisha uba ndiyayifuna ohlobo lidwa ngalo.
Suvuma kwavuma when you see that this
siyathanda uzitsala thina izinto.
That's the problem. Imeni iyaphela.
That answers ke la dubusithi ubungayi understand pha kubantu kaloku sithetha ngalo umzekelo ubumenzile. I don't wanna
okay.
Yeah, because ifuna bengathi ndithintini, but the reason why those things are happening, it's because women have the power to leave, but they decide to stay. Whose fault is that?
It's ours.
Sharp.
But also men also can. Why can't men say ndiyamshiya lo mntana because akafuna usubmit ufuna ndenze
akalo ndifumana benefits amshiya njani
fumana benefits
oh na your benefits it's working Mos, that means it's working.
Then what it's not working Mos?
Baby, it's not. When it comes to women, it's not. Tina, we will submit under something that we know that it's not working for me, but based on A, B, and C that I'm getting out of it, then I might as well stay. Then, boom. Go diploma. You wasted my time for 4 years. I was in this relationship because I was hoping for better, obviously. Also, we don't stay for, we're hoping for... Grace, can you grace? How can we do sense grace? I was given, but now grace. There is a sort of a difference between the grace. Yeah, okay.
Like what? It's like Brawam saying, "Oh, okay, I don't want to talk about Beto."
Okay, I'm not. Listen, let me just go. Mna zangana better
That's good.
But I have been in places where the quite young mom. I'm not gonna I've zange akekho umuntu owakhe wanam onoke athi ndalikhe better as anbethi andiyenzi andenzi ezifana anditshaya andisela andenzi eziways phambene yabo phofa ziphambenanga but eziways enzekayo.
I wasn't alluding to you.
No. All I'm saying is
people
ibangathi xa uthetha ngesubmission uthi abantu bahlale noba bayabethwa
nditsho
ndiye sensitsho mna
bayahlala nje
kaloku Thandi
le question ayithethayo Tani ba 10 ungahambi like 10 ungahambi.
It's not easy, it involves a lot of things. Tina, we are forgetting something.
Different reasons.
Let's not talk as if now sorry to let's not talk as if upper guys are core feelings involved and stuff like that. One of the reasons it's because kukunzima udetach from something that attached kuyo mentally, physically and emotionally. So ngokufuneka uqala ususe qala udetach qala ba okay ndiyasuka apha. It's not like umsebenzi whereby uzawuleqa enye interview endihamba kulo msebenzi and all that and yonke lana. Let's also consider bazibanintsi izinto ezikhoyo apha kwezi zinto siba kuzo. So yeah,
now what I'm going to say is this conversation goes back to one thing. People stay in relations that work for them. Relationships are supposed to work for you. Even submission eyenza kwakho ayizofana ne-submission eyenza kwam. Ukubone, the way of submission is not the same for any couple. For nasesikolweni imithetho yezikolo azifani. Uyabona, I know the high school I went to, iphone were allowed. But kwenye high school endandifunda kundenza umzekelo.
Iphone azivumelekanga.
Into ethethwa nasesixhothweni inhlanti azifani. It's not the same. In any relationship, it must work.
But there is a common thing, though.
Yeah, there's a common thing. But it must work for you. You can't say women must submit like this or this they must do. The submission is ofana. Because abantu abafani ne-leadership ezifumanekayo emadodeni azizofana.
Azizofana kakade. And we shouldn't judge.
We are not judging. Okay.
No, I'm not saying we are, but in based on bana isubmission yakho xa uyithetha umhlamba omnye umuntu uzajonga bana hayi ke ngoku and understand le ithethwa ngulo. And what works for you?
Yeah.
And your partner?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And nobe yam ndithi gqise nsithi ba what works for me kulando yobana uzawujudge bana how can uyeka umfazi wakhe ahambe ngaze phakathi kwabantu akanxiba into ezigqumayo kwathini how you see
hayi mna aningeni lo part leyo ba unqunyuze phambi kwabantu, it's not my thing.
I'm saying omnye umuntu angayiboni ingekho
ingeyongxaki ba hayi uzenzela yena ne, but and lewe le nisoba ngathi siyazi contradicted xa simane sithi fondini iyavakala apha kaloku xa abantu mhlambi sisithi we are fighting, mhlambi sisithi hayi umuntu makenzele ndimsebenzelayo, then what something man is wrong man. Okay, let's close this off ne. Okay. Let's close this off. But what okanye phone yakho chazinyana?
It's not.
Okay, what I'm saying ne, to close this off is xa simane sithi umuntu makenze into emsebenzelayo, then that means what is the point of
people, a couple must do what works for them.
Yeah.
Teach me how you want. Teach me how you want
yes,
this
yes,
thing
yes,
to work.
Yeah.
Let me learn how we want this to
so
work.
So this thing is that teaching moment. This thing, yabo. So masi sense chobana. It discredits whatever we do. No,
that's not what it means.
I understand opinion. I'm not saying it, but ingati when we say like if you can use get one, then what is the point? That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So this can we have agreed, bana. This one is a teaching, is that grace period.
We're navigating through this relationship.
Yeah. All these things that we say, then you can come to this and then seek counsel.
Yeah. Trial and error until you find.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Have you went for counseling?
No?
Yeah.
I've never.
Oh, okay.
I've always just
the school I went to, they had a counselor. So I grade 10, 11 and 12, I would constantly just
afloat.
I'm like, hey man, this is what's going on. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. We'll
Can we quickly wrap this up?
Yeah,
Final,
we'll wrap this up.
Final thoughts.
Final words. Yeah. Yo, thoughts about.
Final words.
Yes.
About the whole situation we've been talking about.
Just anything.
Anything.
Yes.
It was nice being here. Hi.
Okay. And then what Utinga logo in closing?
In closing,
yes.
Conclude everything that you basically said in this relationship.
Whatever works for you. There's nothing we can add on. Whatever works for you, do it and make sure that navigate. We're going somewhere, whatever it is, just navigate through it.
Okay.
Okay, mine is gonna be one for TikTok, right? That again, relationships are not one blanket approach.
Yes.
What works for the couple you see on social media may not necessarily work for you.
Yes.
And your partner, because you are not lamdu, you are not them.
Sure.
So find what works for you. And do that. Stick to that.
Okay.
Yabo?
Okay.
Mtu wako, honor your person. really honor your person.
Oh, wow.
Show them grace.
They kind of stating honor, and honor is an important
Honor your person. Show them grace.
Sure.
In a way that works for you. And this idea that we
Siyagoba
always
kaloku.
have, ubana, you'll find better out there. Chances are there's no better out there. So work with what you have. Of course, if it's not, killing you, or if it's not abusive, then you can work with it. So khawuleza ube imani yonke into discard. 2 minutes, it doesn't work, go on to the next person. No. Be gracious, be honorable, and learn to love a person the way they want to be loved. Yes. And now teach someone to love you the way.
Communicate. Suthula. Asikomagqirha. Izinto ezithile communicate ubuthanda into
iyadika ne-communication ke oko.
Yo.
Uyayibona ke
ngoku now that siyavala ngoku ibingathi siyavumelana ngokutshintsha izinto.
Iyadika. You cannot communicate the same thing over and over again. You can't. No matter you give how much grace to someone. Let's move with time as well.
Okay.
Because you said, do we agree on this
kwenzela bungadikwa ku-communicate.
Siya-navigator mos.
Another thing, the simple one is that
Okay.
If it's not working, leave.
Yeah.
Leave knowing that you've tried. Yes. But leave knowing that you've tried.
Yeah.
And if you try and you see nothing's working, it's not going to change. The same way, if you meet someone, and they are hell-bent on staying the way that they are, sure. But if you feel like there is a chance to change and you have it in you to extend grace to that person, to give them time for them to learn how to be the person you would like to be with, then stay for that. But if I span. And the way expandelayo jo simple.
This has been the NayFul Podcast Players Edition. We are out.
This podcast has been proudly brought to you by Electronic Solutions, recorded at the Block Studios. And if you want to use our facilities, get in touch with us on all our social media platforms, Electronic Solutions. Email us admin@leptronicsol.com.